I'm going to be showing you how to get all the collectibles in the Gotham City hub world area in LEGO DC Supervillains. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to be starting things off with a side quest. This one's called Teekl Tracking, and it's going to be located on the bottom left corner of Gotham City, and there's going to be this character waiting for you. I believe his name is Klarion, and he's going to be looking for Teekl. So what we have to do is kind of just follow him around the city. And this one can take some time, so basically how this is going to work is you're just going to follow him around, and every now and then he's going to stop, and you'll have to do something, and it kind of changes each time what you have to do. So for this first stop, you have to use detective vision, so we're going to switch over to Batman, and use his detective vision, and that's going to cause him to continue moving to the next area. So we're going to keep on following him around, and eventually I believe some enemies are going to start attacking us here as we continue to follow Klarion around. Yep, once we get to this little area, some enemies are going to start rushing us, so we're going to take care of them. And yeah, Klarion does help you fight them. And there's actually some enemies still left there, but he just kept moving, so I just abandoned the enemies and kept following the character because that's really what you have to do for this side quest. Now he's going to head down these steps, and there's going to be another area where you have to use detective vision. So once again, we're going to do that, and once you do, he's going to start moving again. And so again, we're just going to keep following him around. And yeah, this side quest can take a little bit just because you're doing quite a bit of just walking around the city. And here another wave of enemies is going to start attacking us kind of in the middle of this intersection in the street, so it's going to cause a little bit of a traffic jam here in Gotham. And so we're going to continue to take care of all those enemies, and eventually Clarion's going to keep moving again, so we're going to follow him down this street. And I believe we're getting closer to the end of this side quest here, continuing down this slope over here to this back alley, and there is Teekl in the cage. And there's going to be one final wave of enemies that we have to take care of here. And I believe this is the biggest wave of enemies, so just keep fighting them. I've sped this up quite a bit, just because you're just mashing the attack button over and over again until all these enemies get taken out. And once you do, the side quest will end. So we're going to keep doing that. There's going to be a little cutscene that plays. Teekl's going to jump out of the cage. Clarion's going to start talking, and then you'll unlock Klarion as a playable character. Next, we're going to switch over to a gold brick, and this one's called Storage Scavenger. Again, it's located in the bottom left corner of Gotham. And this one's kind of located underneath the Chinatown area of Gotham here. So there's going to be the gold brick located behind this wall. So how do you actually get over there? Well, there's going to be this henchman just kind of standing there talking a little bit. And what you have to do is start destroying this nearby dumpster just to the left of them, and that's going to give you a buildable Lego object, which is going to be a green lantern pad. So we're going to switch over to green lantern, hold the B or circle button, and he's going to form this green lantern crowbar, which is going to get you into this area, start destroying the Lego objects on the right side, and there's going to be one of these Joker teeth hatches. So we're going to switch over to the Joker and do that after this cutscene plays. This henchman's going to try to get in there, but that's actually not the way in. The way in is this Joker teeth hatch. So we're going to hold the B or circle button to pull out the Joker teeth, go through that little hatch, and then that'll be able to destroy the silver Lego object. I blew it up just a little bit too early, so we're going to try again, go through there once again, and then blow up the silver Lego object block. And inside is the gold brick, but to get it, we have to bring yet another set of Joker teeth through the hatch, and then we can grab the gold brick for Storage Scavenger. Next, we have a side quest, and this one's called Boogie Bandits. This is going to be located in the bottom left corner of Gotham in Chinatown above ground, so this one's a little bit easier to find. And so right in front of this building, the Music Meister is going to be waiting for you. So we're going to wave in front of him to activate this side quest, and he's going to want us to find 3 singers scattered throughout the city. And so this is going to be one where you have to pull up your map, and there's going to be 3 yellow icons indicating where those 3 singers are. Now, it doesn't show you exactly where they are on the map. Like the purple indicator isn't going to show you exactly where they are. They're just going to show you the general location on the map, so you're going to have to look around that area to find them. But the first one's pretty close by. It's just on the building to the left of where the Music Meister is, just on the rooftop. So that's 1 out of 3. And this next one's going to be over in this corner of Gotham. All of them are kind of located on different corners of Gotham City. And this one's going to be inside this church cathedral building, just behind the podium. That's the next one. And all you have to do is just hit the B or circle button on the different singers that you're trying to find, and that will immediately check them off the list, so you don't have to like escort them all the way back to Music Meister. Thankfully, that would take all day if you had to do that. But here at the clock tower at the very bottom is going to be where the final singer is located, so we're going to hit B on him. And now we're going to fly all the way back over to Music Meister, and that's going to be pretty much it for this side quest. So we're going to head back over to him, start talking to him again. He's going to go on a little monologue here. He's going to start singing the entire time, and as soon as he gets done talking, you will unlock Music Meister as a playable character. Next up, we have a gold brick. This one's called Lost Loot, and again, this is located in the bottom left corner of Gotham in Chinatown. This is probably one of the easiest gold bricks in Gotham, I'd say. So there's going to be this glowing plant right here. So what we have to do is switch over to a telekinetic character like Gorilla Grodd or Constantine, anybody like that, and just hold the B or circle button. And that's going to reveal a dig spot. So then we're going to switch over to a digging character like Cheetah, and just start digging that up, and that's going to be pretty much it for this gold brick. As soon as you dig it up, there is the gold brick for Lost Loot. Alright, so next we're going to do a race, and this one's called Flying Tour Around Gotham. It's going to be located in the bottom left corner of the city, in the Chinatown area up here on this rooftop. Now, this race does require a gliding character, so we're going to switch over to Batman for that. Now, you just need a gliding character to start the race. As soon as the race starts, you can actually cheat and switch to a flying character like Superman if you wanted to make this a little bit easier, because I gotta say, this is probably the most difficult gliding race in the game, I'd say, because you're gonna see this part coming up. You're kind of low down, and then you have to go really high up through these two different rings here. So you have to go through this one, and then there's another one that's super high up, probably the most difficult one to go through with a gliding character. I just barely passed it there. I was a little bit outside the ring, but it gave it to me. So I don't blame you if you do use a flying character for that one, but if you do manage to pull it off, you will unlock the Batcopter as a playable vehicle. Next, we're going to do a side quest. This one's called Planti-social, and this one's located kind of in the middle left area of Gotham, and this side quest can be a little tricky to find because you have to walk around into this back alley where Count Vertigo is going to be waiting for you. So we're going to wave in front of him to activate this side quest, and this one involves playing a little prank on Poison Ivy, and this is going to be essentially a follow the leader side quest. So we're just going to have to follow Count Vertigo around Gotham, and every now and then you're going to get interrupted by some Poison Ivy enemies attacking you that kind of come out of these multiversal portals, I guess. And so what we have to do is just take all of them out, and once you do, Count Vertigo will start walking again. You're going to continue to follow him around the city, and you're just going to keep doing that until you get to your destination, where you have another small objective to do, which I'll talk about once we get there. So on this bridge, there's going to be another wave of enemies attacking you. And so we're going to take care of all of them. They're like these giant cactus-looking enemies. It looks like Lego minifigures wearing a cactus costume or something. But I guess they're supposed to be Poison Ivy enemies. But once we take care of them, we're going to finally reach the Botanical Gardens, where our destination is. So there's going to be a bunch of enemies attacking you. But all you have to do here is just destroy that red flower there in the background. So I'm taking care of all the enemies, but you really don't need to do that. You can just immediately go up there and start destroying the red flower. And so at first I throw a batarang at it, but it's best to just jump up there and to start punching it, because it does take a few hits to destroy. But once you do, that'll complete the side quest. Count Vertigo will start talking to you, and then once he gets done, you will unlock him as a playable character. Next up, we have a gold brick. This one's called Crypt Raider, and this is going to be located in the middle left area of Gotham. This one's actually going to be right in front of this church cathedral. So over here on the left side from the church, there's going to be this weak Lego brick wall here, so you can either use a strong character like Superman, or you can use a big fig like Clayface to bust down that wall. And now you're going to be in the crypt, but it's going to be pretty dark in there, so we need to switch to a character that can light up dark spaces. So you could use Scarecrow. I think I'm going to use Batman for this one. There might be a few other characters, and so Batman has his night vision. Once you use that, it'll now be lit up, and once we get in here, there's going to be a plant that we need to grow. So we're going to switch over to a character that can grow plants like Poison Ivy. And so we're going to tilt the control stick, and that's going to reveal a graffiti spot. So now we're going to switch over to a graffiti character like Joker, Harley Quinn, Two-Face, anybody like that. Spray some graffiti on that. That's going to blow up the wall, and finally we'll have access to the gold brick. Just destroy that chest, and inside is the gold brick for Crypt Raider. Moving on to the next gold brick. This one's called Diner Destruction, and this is located kind of in the top left corner of Gotham. So there's going to be this diner that you can walk into. There will be this henchman kind of talking to you outside the diner, but we're going to go ahead and walk right in, and a cutscene is going to play, and there's basically going to be 3 different objectives that we need to complete while inside the diner using different character abilities. So the first one you might notice is this electrical panel, so we're going to switch over to a character that can charge those up, like Livewire or Grid. And so once we've charged that up, that'll be one of the 3 objectives that we need to do. Basically, we're just causing a whole bunch of havoc in this diner to please the henchman that's outside. And so then the other 2 are going to be over here on the left side. So there's going to be a telekinetic Lego object, so we're going to switch over to a character that can move those, like Gorilla Grodd. Do that, and you'll know you did it right because there will be a little cutscene that plays, and the henchman will kind of talk to you again. And so that's going to be the second of 3 things, and the last one is going to be a grapple hook point on the left side wall of the diner. So we're going to switch over to Batman, and over there on the left, it'll tell you to tap B or circle depending on your console. Start pulling on that, and the final cutscene will play here, and that'll cause enough havoc in the diner to complete this little quest here. So we're just going to wait for this cutscene to play out, and once the henchman gets done talking, he will throw out a gold brick from his back pocket, I guess, and then you can just walk out and grab the gold brick for diner destruction. Next, we're going to do a side quest. This one's called Horseradish, more like Horse-badish, and this one's going to be located in the top left corner of Gotham, right in front of the diner. So if you just did the diner destruction gold brick, you might have to fly away, then fly back to get this one to spawn in, but Condiment King is going to be waiting here for us, so we're going to talk to him to activate this side quest. And this is going to be yet another follow the leader side quest where you just have to follow Condiment King around the city, and then periodically there's going to be a group of enemies that you then need to take out, and you just keep doing that over and over again until the side quest ends. And this is a pretty lengthy one. I believe there's like 5 or 6 different groups of enemies that you have to take out, so this one does drag on a bit. That was the first wave. Here is the second wave. Right before you reach the next group, there will be a little cutscene that plays of them talking. And so we're going to take out these 3 enemies. Condiment King does help you take out the enemies too, which speeds things up just a little bit. Here is the third wave, just 2 of these guys. They're all wearing different business suits. So we're going to take care of them. And once we do, I believe he's going to start moving up the stairway here. Yep. And I believe there's going to be about 2 more waves of enemies that we're going to have to take out here. So just keep following them around. And eventually some more enemies are going to pop up. And we're going to follow them up here through the streets. And this one has quite a bit of a gap between the groups of enemies here. So a lot of following them around here is the next wave. So we got 2 guys and then 1 female enemy. And so we're going to start taking them out. Condiment King is going to do his job there. And now we're going to follow Condiment King yet again. And I believe this is the final wave coming up here. So this one will take you at least a few minutes to tackle just because it drags on so long. And here are a couple more enemies here, 3 more. So we're going to take care of them. And I believe the side mission ends right after that. So we're going to make short work of them using Black Adam. You can use any character that you want though. And once you get done, he's going to start talking to you. And as soon as he gets done talking, you will unlock Condiment King as a playable character. Next we have another side quest. This one's called Talon-t Show, and this one's located pretty much in the middle of Gotham City. It can be a little tricky to find because you have to go under the street here into this back alley area, and there Talon will be waiting for us. So we're going to wave our hand in front of him to activate this side quest. So this one's going to start off with a character customizer objective here. So we have to go to the character creator, so just pause the game, hit go to customizer, and that will teleport you over to Striker's Island, where you can then modify any character slot that you want. So we're just going to modify custom character 7 here. And so there's going to be 2 different pieces that you need to equip on to your custom character. The rest doesn't matter. So the first one is going to be a helmet piece, and it's going to be the League of Shadows helmet. And so we're going to put that on. It's like this little ninja mask. And so then the other one's going to be a torso piece. So we're going to head over here to the preset bodies and find the League of Shadows torso piece. And there's quite a bit to scroll through here, so it might take you a little bit. And so we're just going to keep on looking through here. And there it is, League of Shadows Ninja torso piece. And once you have those 2 pieces on your Lego minifigure, you can then exit out of the character creator and you will be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. And now we're just going to make our way back over to Talon. So there's no easy way to get over there, so we're just going to switch over to a flying character like Superman to quickly fly back over into Gotham City, head under the street where Talon is waiting for us. And so once we get here, we're going to switch over to our custom character that we just made, talk to Talon, and that'll get you past the first step of this side quest. But we're not done yet. Now we have to do a follow the leader side quest. So we're going to follow him around. Look how he walks, like with his hands behind his back. What's that called? Isn't there like a anime character or something that runs like that? Someone let me know in the comments below. But we're going to follow Talon up here to the Chinatown area of Gotham. There's going to be a brief cutscene that plays where we need to use a grapple hook character ability. So we're going to switch over to the Joker or Batman, anybody like that. Pull on the back of this truck, and once you do that, there's going to be some buildable Lego objects. It's going to build into this little pressure pad that you can then stand on, which is then going to blow up the truck, and that's pretty much going to complete this side quest. So Talon's going to start talking to us, and once he gets done, that will unlock Talon as a playable character. Next, we're going to switch over to a gold brick. This one's called Get Away From That. And this one's located pretty much in the middle of Gotham, but a little bit to the left. And so what we're going to do is fly over here to this little higher up balcony area that I think connects to the subway station. And over here, you're going to be able to get inside this building, but there's going to be a security system that locks you out of the gold brick. So what we need to do is switch to a character that can bypass that. So we're going to switch over to Batman. And so once we do, we can then tap the B or circle button to go invisible. And then behind that, there's going to be a glass Lego object, which Batman can also destroy with his sonic batarangs. Destroy that, and then you'll be able to grab the gold brick for Get Away From That. Alright, so now we're going to tackle another race. This one's called Glide Now Run, Glide Now Run, and this one's located pretty much right in the middle of Gotham City. And so you're going to fly up here to this rooftop to start the race, and as the name of it might suggest, you're going to have to switch over to a gliding character. So we're going to switch over to Batman, but as with all of the gliding races in this game, you can just start them with a gliding character, and then switch over to any character that you want. With this race, though, you probably won't get much benefit switching to like a flying character like Superman because, as the name of it says, you're going to switch between gliding and running quite a bit. So it actually might be better to use a running character like the Flash to speed this one up a little bit. But this race isn't really that difficult. It's just very lengthy. This might be the longest race in the game. It's definitely in the top 3, I'd say. Yeah, every now and then you're going to glide down a slope, but most of it you're going to just be running across rooftops and stuff like that. And so there's going to be 35 rings you have to go through, and you have to do it within 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I do find the gold rank times to be pretty forgiving in this game. Like, I think I do this one with like over 20 seconds to spare. So as long as you don't make like a massive mistake, you should easily be able to do this within 2 minutes and 30 seconds and get that gold ranking and get the gold brick. So we're coming up towards the end here, the last 2 checkpoint markers. And once we do, we will unlock the Jokermobile as a playable vehicle. And speaking of races, we have another race to do here. This one's called From Gotham to Belle, Reve. This one's located in the bottom right corner of the city. And so when you fly over here, you're going to notice this police truck with a race right in front of it. So we're just going to hop into the police truck and then tap the B button to start this race, or circle if you're on PlayStation. And so what we have to do is just drive through these different checkpoint rings. There's going to be 25 in total, and we have to get through all 25 of them within 1 minute and 30 seconds in order to get the gold rank and ultimately get the gold brick. And this one's called From Gotham to Belle, Reve, so we have to move over to the Belle, Reve area of the city, which is going to be located all the way to the east. So you have to go through East Gotham and then go through the swamps where Belle, Reve is located. And so we're going through the tunnels here. This one's not too tricky, nothing too crazy that happens other than avoiding the traffic when you're in Gotham. And once you go through all 25, you will unlock the Batmobile as a playable vehicle. Next, we're going to grab a gold brick. This one's called Bat Signal Switch Up, and this one's located kind of on the right side, middle of the city. This one's going to be on a rooftop here, so there's going to be this henchman waiting for you, and there's going to be a few different things you have to do here. So first off, he's going to start talking to you for quite a bit, but over here on the right side, there's going to be a switch that we can pull, but it's going to be located in some green acid, so we're going to switch over to the Joker because he can walk right through that. And you just have to pull the switch right as that needle hits the green zone there, and if you pull it at the right time, that'll bring power over here to the bat signal. But there's actually going to be a second switch that we need to hit to bring power, and you're going to notice it kind of goes down into the ground, but over here to the left there's going to be a destructible Lego object, so we're going to destroy that. That's going to build this little turning switch, so we're just going to turn that all the way around, and once you do, you can then switch over to a telekinetic character like Gorilla Grodd, and so we're going to use his telekinesis to move this little plate on the ground up to the bat signal. That'll turn it on, and that'll complete this little side quest here. The henchman's going to talk for a bit, But once he gets done talking, you'll be able to grab the gold brick for Bat Signal Switch Up. Next up, we have another race. This one's called Bicycle Race, so pretty straightforward naming for this one. This one's going to be located in the middle right side of the city, and the race is going to be right here, and you're going to notice it's going to want you to use a bike. So just to the left of the race, there is a bike that you can hop on. So we're going to jump on that and hit B or circle to start the race. And this one is a little tricky just because the bike can be a little tough to control. But there's going to be 20 checkpoint markers that we need to go through within a 1 minute time limit. You're going to see here, I definitely make some mistakes going through these checkpoint markers, but I was still able to do it within the 1 minute time limit. So again, the time limits are pretty forgiving on the races on this game. They probably got a lot of complaints from the earlier LEGO games, like LEGO Marvel Superheroes, where the races were a little bit more annoying. But after you go through all 20 rings, you will unlock Robin's bike as a playable vehicle. Okay, so next up we have a side quest. This one's called Ranger Roundup, and this is located in the middle right side of Gotham. So the Arsenal character is going to be waiting for us in front of this Keynote music store. So we're going to walk up in front of him and wave our hand, and it's going to activate this side quest. So there's going to be 4 different archers scattered across Gotham that we need to recruit for him. And so the first one is pretty easy to find, so it's going to be just right across the street from where you start the side quest. So right here in front of the GCPD building, just walk up and tap the B or circle button depending on what console you're on, and that'll take care of that character. So all of them are going to be found on the map. It doesn't tell you the exact location, like it doesn't point to them, but it does show you the general area that they are on the map. So here kind of behind the GCPD is going to be the second archer, so that knocks out 2 out of 4. Then the last 2 are going to be located more on the left or western side of Gotham. So we're going to fly over here in the Chinatown area, and right here is going to be the next archer. They're not too hard to find because they're usually just going to be standing by themselves, and they have a bow and arrow on them. And so this last one is going to be located near the Church Cathedral in the top left corner of Gotham. So we're going to fly on over there. And again, just keep checking your map. If you get lost, you should be able to pinpoint down where they are. So I'm looking up here on this rooftop. And right there on the helicopter pad is the final archer. So once we've tapped the B or circle button on all of those different archers, we can then walk up to Arsenal, let him talk for a bit, and once he gets done talking, you will unlock Arsenal as a playable character. Next up we have a gold brick. This one's called Somebody Call a Plumber, ? And this one's going to be located in the middle of Gotham, just a little bit to the right. So up here at this hotel, there's going to be this middle floor here. So we're going to land here, and there's going to be a wall that we can use detective vision on. So we're going to use Superman for this. And there's going to be a little puzzle. So there's going to be all of these different pieces that we have to connect together in order to form a path to connect to endpoints. So just do as I do here. So there's going to be 2 areas that we're connecting together. I'm just kind of connecting a bunch of pieces the best that I can, trying to figure this out. And so there's going to be a bottom left area that we're connecting over to the top right of this wall. So we're going to continue to move these different pipe pieces around, and eventually they will all connect together. And once we do that, it'll open up this wall, and behind it is going to be the gold brick for Somebody Call a Plumber. Next we have another gold brick. This one's called High Sea Hijack. This one's going to be located on the north side of Gotham, just a little bit to the right. And we're going to fly over here to these docks, and the gold brick is going to be on this boat, but we're not going to be able to get to it just yet. So what we have to do is fly over here to where this crane is, and there's going to be a techno panel, so we're going to switch to Malcolm Merlin to use this techno panel, and it's going to allow you to control this crane. And so what we need to do is pick up this box that's on this boat, and the first time I missed the hook, but there we go, I got it that time. So once you've picked up the box, you then move it over here to where the dock is on the left side, drop that down, and it's going to blow up, and inside is going to be a silver Lego object, so we're just going to blow that up again with Malcolm Merlin, and inside is going to be the gold brick for High Sea Hijack. Continuing on with the gold bricks, this one's called Riddler Ransack. This is going to be located kind of in the middle of Gotham, just a little bit to the north, and this one's going to be located on Wayne Tower. So as you're scaling Wayne Tower, up here on this floor, you can actually get inside, but to do that, there's going to be a weak Lego wall that we can destroy with a couple different henchmen. So over here on the right side, we can recruit these 2 henchmen using a character like the Joker. Then you can pull on these grapple hook points. And once you pull on all 3 of them at once with the 2 henchmen, we're going to be inside this little room of Wayne Manor. And once you get inside here, just start destroying everything. So there's going to be a buildable Lego object pad on the ground here. And so there's going to be 4 different pieces of it. And so you just have to destroy every little piece of furniture in this room, and each of them will give you a different buildable Lego object for that pad on the ground. So that's 3 out of 4, and then this bookshelf over here on the side is going to give us the last piece. And once we do that, we're going to need a couple more henchmen, though. Right now we only have 2, so the last 2 are going to be located behind this weak wall, requiring you to use a graffiti character to destroy it. So we're just going to keep playing as the Joker, spray some graffiti on that, blow up the wall, and on the other side of the wall is going to be 2 more Riddler henchmen there waiting for you. So once we have all 4, we can head to this pad here in the middle, and just wait a few seconds. That'll open up the side of this portrait, and behind it is a safe, and the password is actually written there on the left, 190218. And so this is kind of an interesting one. We're going to switch over to a techno character like Malcolm Merlin, and then we just have to input that code. So we're just going to move around, input 190218, and once you type the combination in that order, it's nice that the key to it was right next to where the safe is. It'll open up, and then you're going to be able to grab the gold brick for Riddler Ransack. Now this next gold brick is also going to be located on Wayne Tower. This one's called Bruce Wayne's World. And for this one, we actually have to head inside of Wayne Tower. So when you select this one, the game's actually going to point you to this weird location outside the map. So it's a little buggy. You can see the purple indicator there. It's pointing me somewhere completely different, but that's not where you're going to want to go. You're going to want to head to the bottom of Wayne Tower, open up that elevator, and then you're going to be inside. So this is where the gold brick is located. And there's going to be several different things we have to do here. This is probably the most time-consuming gold brick of Gotham, I'd say. Just head to the back using a character like Superman who has detective vision, and just hit the button on that piano. It's going to open up this bookshelf on the left, where you can then hit a second button, which is going to power up this main floor here. It's going to cause this trail of studs to spawn in. And so you're going to notice 4 portraits in the back, which are going to correspond to 4 statues here that we have to build up. So the first one, start destroying that Lego object, and you can build up this first statue. It's this one with glasses on. So that corresponds to that blue portrait in the back. So you're going to want to light that one up blue. But before we get to that, we're going to have to spawn in the other 3 statues. So just to the left of that one, there's going to be one of these Joker teeth hatches. And so we're going to send Joker's teeth through that, destroy that silver Lego object with the Joker teeth. That's going to lower this force field. We can move on to this other area, start destroying the different Lego objects in this area. It's going to cause this middle pad to start spinning, and it's going to give you some silver Lego objects, which we're going to need here in just a second. So we're going to move back over there with the Joker because he can destroy silver Lego objects with his explosive pies. And once you destroy that, you're going to build up this statue over here in the back left corner. That's going to be the second statue, and then the next statue we can also build up. And so we're going to move over here to the right side to build that one up. So that just leaves one more statue that needs to be built. And again, we're just going to match the colors to the portraits in the back. So you can see that statue has a book, so we're going to match the color to the portrait with the guy holding a book. So here's the last statue that we can build up. This guy holding these $200 bills. Alright, so now that we have all 4 statues, we're just going to match the colors up. So the back left one should be blue, because the guy with sunglasses on has the blue portrait there in the back. So we're going to keep hitting that until it's blue. And then this one over here to the left, we're going to match this color. And he should be the pink or purple one. He's just like the regular looking guy that's not holding anything. This one over here to the right, we're going to make yellow. And then this last one for the money guy, we're going to make that one red. And so once you've matched all the colors properly, it'll open up this secret safe, which is going to give you the gold brick for Bruce Wayne's World. Next, we're going to switch over to a race. This one's called Float Like a Bat, and this one's going to be located in the middle of the city, just a little bit to the north, on top of this rooftop here. And we're going to have to switch over to a gliding character for this one. So once you fly up here to the rooftop, you're going to have to switch over to a character like Batman. But as I always say with all of these gliding races, once you start the race with a gliding character, you can immediately switch over to a flying character like Superman if you want to make things a little bit easier. So For this one, they give you 2 minutes. The time limit, though, is just like ridiculously forgiving on this one. I think I do this in under 1 minute. So, yeah, I don't know why they made the time limit so easy on this one. I guess, again, they had a lot of complaints from the races in prior LEGO games. I don't know. There you can see it makes me fly up a bit, which can be a little tricky if you don't have the right momentum while you're gliding. So, again, don't feel bad if you want to switch to a flying character to make things just a little bit easier. And so once we fly through all of these rings in about 56 seconds, we will unlock the Bat Glider as a playable vehicle. Next, we're going to grab the final gold brick here in Gotham. This one's called Evidence Extraction. It's going to be located kind of in the bottom right corner of Gotham. It's actually going to be underneath the GCPD building, so if you're coming from the outside here, just fly under here to this sort of secret area, and there's going to be a character that can be mind controlled. So we're going to be helping out this henchman that's standing over here to the right. So first off, we're going to have to mind control this character. We're going to switch over to the Riddler to do that. And once you do, you can just have the police officer hit that switch, which is going to open up this garage door. And once you get inside, there's going to be a few different things we're going to have to do here. Just wait a few seconds for that henchman to walk in, because he's going to be kind of dictating what you have to do next. And so once he walks in here, there's going to be a short cutscene that plays where he starts talking to you for a bit, showing these different things we're going to have to destroy. So over here to the right, there's going to be this little Lego object that we can blow up, which is going to give you a buildable pad here, which is going to require us to switch over to a character like Deadshot to aim our gun and shoot this target, which is going to destroy this electrical device behind the wall, which is going to open up the cell that we're going to get into. And so once we get in here, there's going to be this safe. The henchman's just going to start beating on it, but what you have to do is switch over to a character that can see through walls, like Cyborg or Superman. I think Batman can do it as well. But I think for this, we're going to switch over to Superman. And basically what we have to do here is just hit these 4 different locks in a specific order. So it's kind of just trial and error, I found. So you're going to see the order that I do it in. So I hit the second one first. And then I'm going to go over here and hit the 4th one. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit the 3rd one and then the 1st one. So if you do it in that order, it'll open up the safe. And that'll pretty much complete this little side quest. So the henchman's going to start going through the treasure. He's going to pull out the gold brick. And then we can grab the gold brick for evidence extraction. Now we're going to end things off with a race. This one's called Bridge Bounce. It's going to be located in the very bottom left-hand corner of Gotham, just outside of Chinatown. And this is going to be a boat race. So there's not too many of these in the game. So to do this one, we're going to have to spawn in a boat. So just hold the Y button and then hit the X button to pull up the vehicle grid and then to spawn in any boat that you want. So we're going to spawn in this boat here. And it might be a little buggy. You have to go around and drop it in the water right where the race begins. And if this race, for whatever reason, doesn't show up for you on the map, that probably means you need to complete a quest on the Wayne Island section of Gotham. So let's go back to Wayne Island and do the quest there first, then come back, and you probably see that this race is now available to complete. And so what we have to do is just drive through these 25 different checkpoint markers on the boat, go across that ramp. And as long as you do it within a minute 30 seconds, you'll get the gold rank, which is probably going to be very easy to do. And once you complete it, you will unlock Penguin's Duckboat as a playable vehicle. So guys, that's going to do it for all the collectibles in Gotham City within LEGO DC Supervillains. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.